Let me ask you, did you see the Burke Ramsey interview with Dr. Phil?
I did.
As an expert of language, what did you think about the language that he used in that interview?
A very strange affect, both from the language being used as well as his facial tics and features, even his hand movement, his right fingers were certain types of questions, his fingers would move more than others. A lot of the things that Burke wound up saying in the Dr. Phil interview, we actually, without even having seen that interview, we sort of discuss in our 4-hour special coming up Sunday and Monday nights. So you're going to see some of the answers before he even said what he did are going to be in our special, breaking down some of his language features. I was also, and I am also, familiar with the videotapes of a young Burke within months or a year or so of his sister's murder. And quite frankly, the smile may be a little bit different, but the body language speaks in many ways to that same affect, where he couldn't put his feet up on Dr. Phil's couch and cuddle up with himself and protect himself. He was doing it more with his face and other features that I found in this most recent interview. But quite, almost 20 years apart, the characteristics displayed in both sets of video are not all that different from a young boy to an adult. There's something more there than meets the eye, is I think what most even non-experts would come up with. I purposely didn't sit and take notes. I had some other issues I was working on at the time in terms of my professional obligations, but I was paying attention, and I give Dr. Phil credit. He seemed to ask most of the right questions, and he asked them a few different ways. A lot of I don't really recall, or I guess so, or I'm not sure. And yeah, we're talking with a boy who was 9 years and 50 weeks at the time of his sister's murder. And of course, he was over 10 later on. But some things that he didn't seem to remember I found kind of odd, in that what more could be implanted on your brain or impressed to you than the violent murder in your house of your little sister? Well, before the Dr. Phil interview, there was we filmed the CBS special that we're going to see Sunday and Monday night, and I can assure you and those viewers that Burke's name will be mentioned more than once. And remember, everybody lawyered up back then, which we all know they have a constitutional right to do. Burke had his own attorney right after the homicide, and he wasn't allowed to be talked to either. Finally, through some social services and involvement, and there was some interviews with him. But could they have been done differently too? Could some other interviews have been done differently? Possibly. And between that and what happened at the crime scene itself the very first morning, most likely led to the case not being solved when it should have been solved.
What's up, guys? I'm Giuliana Rancic, and you're watching the Live from the Red Carpet YouTube channel. Subscribe today, then be sure to check out our other Live from the Red Carpet videos right here.